Welcome to Get Your Mind Right. Today, we're diving into your questions and insights in our mailbag segment. Thanks to everyone who wrote in. Let's open up the mailbag.
Hey, welcome back to Get Your Mind Right, the world's only podcast made especially for digital marketing and merchant services sales professionals. Well, folks, it's Friday, and you know what that means. Time to dig into the mailbag. The question I got this week is really a tie back to a series we did a couple of months ago about magic questions. So, John, can you do a quick mailbag segment for us on magic questions? So, here we go. Here's what this is all about. This is for you salespeople out there where you just feel like you're this close to a deal, and yet you get derailed. And that's what we're going to talk about today, about how we get back on track with that magic questions, okay? Hey, we've all been there. You're in a conversation with a prospect, and things are going fine until they're not. So you're laying out your value, what you're going to get it done with it, how they're going to benefit from that, and they hit you with, you know what? I need to think about it. Boom, game over. Okay, well, this is where the magic question swoops in like a superhero. If you're into baseball, it's not about pitching or throwing that ball harder. It's about throwing that ball smarter. Okay, and in our case, about asking smarter questions. Now, the goal for the magic question here is to get your prospect to say out loud why they need you. Because once they say it, once they articulate those words, it becomes real. Now, a lot of you folks, especially in merchant services, you deal in the context of lowering operating costs. And I hear salespeople do this all the time. They'll say, hey, I've got this great proposal and it's going to save you $1,200 a month. That is a yawner. What the magic question is I would say, what would an extra $1,200 a month guaranteed on your bottom line mean to you? At this point, it's on you to be quiet. Stop talking. Let the room fill up with silence. Let your prospect contemplate this and say out loud what it means to them. Suddenly, it's not just $1,200 anymore. It's tangible. It has meaning attached to it. It could be on the way to financing part of a new hire, a piece of equipment, or maybe finance a weekend getaway for your prospect. The point is that when they say these things out loud, what this means to them, they're switching an emotional flip. They're no longer thinking about cost. They're thinking about a gain. And your pro tip on this is silence is golden. Don't be quick to answer. Give them space. Give them air. Let them stew on it, because this is where the magic happens. Now, for a lot of salespeople, yours truly included, this pause can feel uncomfortable. But at the same time, it's very necessary, because when that silence fills the air, people feel compelled to break it. That's where they start to reveal really what's on their mind. Okay, you'll hear them process this out loud. They'll say, $1,200 a month. It's $1,440 a year. Or, yeah, this could pay for this other upgrade that we've got somewhere else in the business. Okay, now you are in their head, and that's exactly where you want to be. It's no longer a you versus them proposition. It's them versus their own hesitation. Now, this next one I want to tailor really towards our digital marketing professionals that tune in. And what this is the competitor check approach. Okay. And I'm going to tell you the truth here. This one's personal to me, because I've seen too many businesses sleepwalk through their marketing because they're comfortable, or they don't want to deal with it, or they don't feel like they know how to deal with it. Now, in the meanwhile, the competition is out there eating their lunch. This is where the competitor check magic question comes into play. So here's the setup. Let's say you're on that call with a business owner. You're talking about search engine optimization. You're talking about visibility. You're talking about rankings, all the good stuff. And then you drop this heater on them. Mr. Customer, why is it you think your competitors are showing up on the front page of Google and you're not? Okay, boom, we're cooking with gas. And what you've done is you've provoked your prospect here. And this question works not because you're telling them telling them that they're behind. It's having them admit it. And that shift is immediate. They're no longer passive. Now they're thinking, oh, why is that? You've turned a passive listener into an active thinker. And now this is where you finish strong. Follow it up. Mr. Client, what do you think it's costing your business not to be in that top spot on Google? Now, do you notice what's going on here? They're doing all the talking and you're just guiding them to their own conclusion. It's like their inception, but without all this spinning tops and dream layers. Okay, they're no longer thinking it over, they're feeling it. This approach puts a number on the missed opportunity, and numbers get attention. It's hard to think it over when the math is staring you in the face. Now, when they're still hesitant, don't push. Instead, stack the questions. Follow up with, if this issue isn't solved, what comes next? What happens next? What this one does is forces your prospect to confront the future. It's not you forecasting doom. It's them seeing it for themselves. They're visualizing that missed revenue, those lost leads, and all those wasted ad dollars. If you're feeling bold, try this strategy in your next call, just one time. And if you do that, you're going to be hooked. It's going to be one of those, man, why didn't I do this before moments that'll change your whole approach. Now, the beauty of the magic question isn't just the question itself. It's the pause that follows. You've got to have that discipline to let the moment of silence happen so this shift can occur. And when you've done it a few times, you'll never go back to the, well, just give me a call and let me know when you're interested. Well, folks, that is a wrap for this week's Mailbag Friday. Remember, the best salespeople don't just tell, they ask. Magic questions are how you flip the switch and turn think it over into I'm ready to move forward. Hey, great to be with you again. I'll see you back here bright and early on Monday morning on Get Your Mind Right.